We're going to be
Great.
demoing a few Markdown features here.
Yeah, thanks so much. Excited to hear about it, and thanks for being patient also. So, what are these new Markdown features that we're going to be checking out?
Yeah, so there are two that I want to show off here. The first one is just made a few quality of life improvements. And one that might be interesting is our support for, while editing Markdown, we now have better support for working with HTML that is embedded in the Markdown file. So here I've got a little Markdown file. You can see that I'm actually just using some HTML directly here. This is something that
Mhm.
Markdown supports. You can use this when you need to express something that maybe you can't express using the normal Markdown syntax. So here I'm creating a figure, for example. Now, in Markdown, we can also link to a header section just using this hash syntax in the link. And what we now support as well is linking to one of the diagram sections here. So this is going to get the same support that we had for the headers, where you get nice IntelliSense, you get error detection, all of those things, but also for these HTML IDs here. So let's just take a look at that. So here I've got the header link. Here I've got the link to the diagram. And if I want to go and actually jump to where this is defined in the file, let's say this was a pretty long file. And again, I'm
Mhm.
just here in the Markdown editor. I'm not in the preview. I can hover over this and use Command or Control and then click, and it'll jump up here to the definition. Now, if I'm actually going and writing a link here, I can just go back here and I can type the hash sign, and it's going to start suggesting the different headers here or the different things that I can link to. So you can see that I can link to the different diagrams. I have diagram one, diagram two. I can go and create that link very easily. And then the final demo here is, let's say that I'm trying to create a link to something, but I accidentally mistype. So if I go in here and I actually have like diagram instead of diagram, we can actually go and report errors. Now, this feature is not on by default, but it is quite useful. So I encourage you to turn it on. All you have to do to turn on this error reporting is go down to the little language status down here. You can see that it says Markdown link validation is disabled. I can just click on enable. And now it's going to go and validate my headers here. So you can see I've got these squigglies that it's saying, oh, this is other header inside of another
Oh,
header. So I can go in here and just fix that. I can say, oh, go fix that one. And then this one, it's saying, hey, there's no header found for this either. So I can go in here and fix that as well. So we've got the nice validation that is going to go
yeah,
look at these ID from the HTML as well while providing this.
that's beautiful. I mean, that's one of those things that it's like, oh, wait a minute, how could we have that in 1983? It seems like so awesome. Okay. Yeah, there's been
Yeah,
plenty of
and
times where my links were broken. So,
as a reminder, this is all in the Markdown editor itself, but these same things, like the linking and stuff, that all worked in the Markdown preview, and that's actually worked for a long time. We're just wanting to make sure that you have a good experience if you're editing files that are using these HTML IDs as well.
got it. Well, hey, he is very excited about it. He goes, woohoo, this is amazing.
All right, so I'm going to move on to the next feature here. So we've got some other exciting stuff for the Markdown support. So let's say that you're editing a lot of Markdown files, and maybe an agent's doing it. Maybe you're reviewing a PR. We are trying to provide a different type of experience where you can actually view the diff for those Markdown files directly in the Markdown preview. So instead of viewing the source text, you can see the changes directly in the preview. So this is something that is a preview feature. It is something that is still experimental and is not on by default, but I'm going to show you how you can turn it on. And do expect to run into some bugs and other issues while you're using this, but we're going to keep it polishing this. And then you can give it a try today, and please share bugs and feedback. So over here, I've made some edits to the README. I'm in my source control view here. I've gone and made edits to the README file here. And if I click on this, you'll notice that it is actually opened up here inside of a Markdown preview. So this is not the raw text. It is actually rendering things inside of the preview and uh, showing what is actually changed in this file in this nice side by side Markdown preview. You can see that it's highlighting the different lines and blocks that have changed in this. And I can also scroll through the file here and I get nice scroll synchronization. So it's going to try to synchronize the different sections over here, sort of like the
Mhm.
Markdown preview does normally based on where the
Yeah.
top of the content is. So you can see it as I scroll along. These two sides are synchronized and I can scroll on either side here to get that nice synchronization so I can review the changes that have been made. Now, again, this is not something that is enabled by default, but it is quite easy to turn on. So if you're inside of this preview mode, let me just go back to the default view by clicking on this little button up here, which goes to the text view. Got our normal side by side text view. So to go in and view this new preview feature, you can go and use the reopen with command. So I can open the command palette and say reopen editor with, and then switch to the Markdown preview here. So it's using the text editor. And if I actually go and switch to the Markdown preview, you can see that it is now switched over to the nice Markdown preview view, and I have that view instead. If I ever want to switch back and say, hey, maybe this view isn't quite working for me, I can just go again and click on this little button up here, or use the reopen editor with and say switch to text. So it's very easy to
So
switch back and forth between these.
so this preview is different. Can you switch back to where you were like 1 second ago?
Yeah. So here
Yeah,
you'll
okay,
notice
so like
like this
right
is like the raw text of the files. So we're seeing all the markup in this versus when we switch to the Markdown preview, we actually get the nicely rendered version, which would have all the styling. It's got the headers that are shown nicely. If you had images, it would actually show the images as well. So you get a much nicer experience if you're really focusing on reviewing the docs.
right, and to the okay, so on the upper right-hand corner, you see the arrows that are going up and down? To the left of
Mhm.
that, that's like the old icon for a preview, right? Is that what we're looking at right now? That's different?
So this is something that you could do before, which is you could say, "Hey, I'm reviewing some code changes. I'm going to open a preview of the file to the side, and say,
Mhm.
hey, this is what the file is actually going to look like." This is making it so you don't really have to do that. You could actually just review the diffs directly inside of the preview in a very nice way with either the side by side view, or there's actually a separate view that makes reviewing it even a little bit nicer, where you're really focusing on the contents of the document. So let me switch back here to the Markdown preview view. So let's say that this side by side view is a little too cluttered looking, and I actually want to really focus on just what the new document's going to be like. If I go to the dot 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 up here, and this is something you can do in normal diffs as well, I can actually switch to an inline view. So in this inline view, I'm just really going to see the current state of the file, but it's still going to highlight the changes that have been made. Now, if I want to
Okay.
actually inside of this view see the different changes in a little more detail, I can hover over the sidebar and say, "Oh, here's what's changed in this section." But it is going to let me focus more on seeing what the final document looks like, and I found it quite helpful for reviewing pull requests, reviewing changes from agents, because oftentimes you really just want to focus on what the final document is going to look like, rather than seeing the source text and all the source changes. So this is a quite convenient view for that. You can see a line's been deleted down here, so we can go and see all of the changes in the file very nicely with this inline view. And
Got
again,
it.
that's something you can go and access just from the little dot, dot, dot up here, and then switching between inline and side by side view.
Okay. 8 Batani says, in the future, would it be possible to preview a web page in Markdown?
Uh, I'm not quite sure what that means, but so Markdown is generating. What you typically do is you create HTML from it, and then that's what the preview is basically doing. So this is already basically a web page, and it is taking the Markdown, converting it to HTML, and then opening it over here. And that's what the existing Markdown preview does as well. So, um, sort of, I think. But I can actually show a few other things related to this. So,
Sure.
I showed how you could switch to this Markdown preview, but let's say that you wanted to actually configure this Markdown preview to open all the time for your diff views. That is something that we support as well. No matter like anytime I open a Markdown file, let's say we want this preview to open. So I can go to my settings here and then search for editor associations. And I want the workbench diff editor associations here. So this is what lets me go and configure what editor should be opened for my Markdown files. So you can do this for normal editors as well, but in this case, I want the diff editor association. So it's saying when I open a diff, make sure you use this editor. And I've configured it here with a glob pattern that says anytime you see a Markdown file, so anything that is a .md file, go and use the Markdown preview editor. And that is going to go and make sure that anytime I just go into my little diff view over here, I can just click on this and it's always going to just open in the preview view. So if I go here, it's always opening in the preview view for all of these Markdown files. And then I can switch back to the text file if I want to. But that is going to be the default view that is used over here from now on once you configure that setting. And again, the setting was the diff editor. And let's see. Yes, we want the Workbench diff editor association settings here. And that is something you can configure for the Markdown preview. But in the future, as other extensions add support, you could also say, hey, I want to preview SVG files in this fancy way, or I want to preview my custom files in this other type of fancy editor. using this setting as well.
Nice. Panchatantra says, any plans to support embedding images directly inside Markdown files?
Yeah, it's already supported. So you can go here. Let's just go over to the README file because this one's easy. I'm going to take a screenshot of. I'll take a screenshot of the source control, and then I can just go in here and let me find the image. I'm on multiple monitors, so it's a little messy, but I can just go and drag and drop it into here. So it's telling me I can hold Shift to go and copy this in here. It's actually going to copy it into the workspace. Um, so I've now created, you can see that the image is over here in the workspace. I can also copy and paste, or if I just had an image, I could just reference it in here as well. So I could go and, sorry, this little hover keeps popping up. So I can go and just write out the path manually if I wanted to and say, oh, let's go and add the screenshot. If I now open the Markdown preview, so let's go and open the README file because it should have that image in there. You can see that, sure enough, it is showing the source control image here. So that is the one I just added in. But it's very easy to go and in Markdown files, go insert images using drag and drop, copy paste, or just referencing an image that's already in your workspace in some way using the Markdown link syntax or the image syntax here.
Cool.
Those are the main things I wanted to show off.
Cool.
Give this feature a try. It is again experimental, so you're going to run into some bugs. Probably have some feature requests and other things. I ran into some bugs even just while running through this here, but it is something we're excited about, and I think it could be a useful addition, especially while reviewing agent changes where you're making maybe editing a lot of Markdown or pull requests and
Mhm.
that type of thing. It's a great way to really just focus on the final state of the document and have a kind of a different experience while reviewing these Markdown files.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited about this too. Thanks so much, Matt, for joining. This was really cool to see. I'm a big fan of Markdown, the HTML simplified to make life easier. So, yeah, look forward to future updates from you.